Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, Micron seeks Central New York students' perspectives.
And donate your shoes and boots to a good cause this season.
Plus, learn ways to help prevent holiday theft.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Matthew Bly.
And I'm Madeline Cummings.
But first, it's time to dig out your heavy jackets and gloves because winter weather is officially here.
The National Weather Service issued a lake effect snow warning for central New York starting Tuesday morning, lasting until Wednesday at 7 a.m. Our meteorologist Caitlin Farrell is here in the studio to give us the latest on the weather overnight and going into the week. Caitlin, how much snow should we be expecting?
Hey guys, so we're expecting quite some snow. It is definitely our first snowstorm of the year. Very exciting. I'll be covering it as we get into this. How much snow are we actually going to be getting? Are we going to be getting a foot? Are we looking at delays? What are we looking at? Watches and warnings, just like you guys said, there is a issue for warnings for lake effect snow, for wind gusts, and all of the above. And what's the rest of the week going to look like? We're going to kind of get into this a little bit. Right now, 35 degrees out, feels like 25 with that wind gust. We are expected maybe to see a wind chill warning come out here soon with the feeling of 25 degrees. We're having winds up to 12 to 15 miles per hour, which is obviously making it feel like 25 degrees. As we look into tonight, 95% chance of an umbrella overturn. Winds are definitely going to pick up. They're not going to get any lighter as we head into the rest of the week, with gusts up to 28 miles an hour to 36. Definitely very windy. Definitely need those hats and gloves. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that report, Caitlin. But now moving on, U.S. chip manufacturing giant Micron makes progress with their move to Central New York. The Micron Community Engagement Committee, also known as the CEC, is inviting students from the region's universities and college to offer their input and perspectives.
Tuesday, November 28th from 7 to 8 p.m., the CEC will host a virtual discussion group to hear from students. Micron says they want to gather the surrounding area students' unique ideas to better understand how, as a company, they can help build a thriving community and what they can offer to encourage students to stay in the region post-graduation. If you're interested in participating in the Zoom event, you must register as soon as possible. The link to register can be found on www.oswego.edu under News and Announcements.
'Tis the season for Charles Dickens to come to Oswego with his classic hit, A Christmas Carol. This adaptation will be performed by the Oswego Players INC and will be held at the Little Theater on the Water. You can catch this performance the first 2 weekends of December with Friday and Saturday shows at 7:30 p.m. and the Sunday matinee at 2. Tickets are $15 for adults and $10 for students and seniors.
The 10th annual Tithe My Shoes collection returns to Oswego County. On December 8th, people can drop off new or slightly used shoes or boots to various locations. They include specific locations in Oswego, Mexico, Phoenix, Pulaski, Fulton, Central Square, and SUNY Oswego's Marano Campus Center. After they are collected, they will be cleaned and repaired before being sent to the rescue mission. They will then be given to those in need.
As the holidays come closer, the chances of your packages being stolen grows. Packages that are left unattended when delivered are easy targets for theft. To reduce the chances of theft, you can choose a specific delivery date when you are home, provide instructions to the shipper so your packages are placed out of sight, install a security camera to monitor package, make an arrangement to deliver packages at your workplace, and monitor the tracking information on your packages.
If you're competitive with your Christmas lights or just like to drive around to view the light displays, listen up. Fulton's Christmas Porch Decorating Contest makes its return. Participants can register on the Special Events Committee or Fulton Parks and Recreation Facebook pages. They can also email their photos to specialevents.fultonny@gmail.com. Entries are due December 18th and voting runs from December 19th through the 22nd.
A local playwright has adapted a 100-year-old production, giving local children the chance to shine. Wayne Mosher's original adaptation of Babes in Toyland is a Christmas classic that will come to life in Fulton at the CNY Community Arts Center. Mosher says his play will accommodate a large cast of children to give everyone a part and a chance. Tickets to the production at the showtimes on screen can be purchased at the CNY Arts Center's website.
The mayor of Syracuse, Ben Walsh, says he wants to make housing more affordable for the town and has plans to improve the situation overall. City officials say that a housing trust could be enough to fund the building of new homes and let private landlords make improvements to existing housing. In terms of funding, a $5 million grant will be used that has already been awarded from last year's budget.
And still ahead tonight, SUNY Oswego's last flu vaccine clinic is coming up.
Plus, the Living Writers series closes out the semester with their last guest speaker.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of time.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP-10. My name is Caitlin Farrell and I'm going to be your meteorologist for tonight. So we are starting tonight off with some winter weather advisories and lake effect snow warning. We've been tracking this all day since Sunday. We are looking at the eastern counties of, we've got Jefferson and Lewis, we've got Oswego, and even down to Syracuse. We are definitely seeing a bit of lake effect snow, as well as we are seeing some winter weather advisory in the center to southern part of the country. Of the state, and some more lake effect snow as we head towards Buffalo. So looking ahead at this surface map, this front came through already and brought us that snow and gravel that we saw today, along with this cold front bringing in cold weather and winds. This front is expected to hit us about Wednesday, bringing in more snow and more cold air. It will bring a lot more snow, precipitation, and so on and so forth. So the snowfall tonight, this is what people want to know the most. So around the entire state, we're seeing mainly a trace to an inch, not much going on in the southern center of the country and more towards Rochester. Southern of Rochester, we've got 1 to 3 inches. South of Hamilton, we've got 1 to 3 inches, and more of the northern central part, we've got 1 to 3 inches of snow. The heavy parts towards Tug Hill, we got 3 to 6 inches of snow, and towards the top of Oswego County and part of Lewis County, we have 6 to 12 inches of snow. We are expected to see a bunch more. There might even be a chance for more than a foot of snow coming within that area. So, what we're going to be looking for snow and wind, black ice, lake effect snow, it is very important to know about the ice. It is definitely going to be impacting us a lot. So, snow, we're putting it about a 3. We're definitely going to be seeing a bunch of lake effect snow. Winds, black ice, and lake effect is definitely going to be where our target lands. Winds definitely going to be seeing up into the 30s, gusts up into the 50s, black ice. It's rained all day and snow starting to melt. We are definitely going to see that freeze as we go into the night. And lake effect as we are seeing bands come off Lake Erie and Lake Oneida. So, our coffee cast, definitely going to be an extra large for tomorrow. 23 in the morning, snow, definitely going to be watching out for that black ice as you go through the day. Daily planner, 31 degrees at 9 a.m. when classes start. We've got moderate to heavy snow, about maybe 1 inch to 3 inches. 1 p.m. and between that time, we'll definitely be seeing the winds and the snow amp up. 25 miles per hour, low of 29 happening. 5 p.m., 27, light snow. Definitely still going to be seeing that snow as we go through the rest of the workday, but won't be as intense as 1 p.m. So, to emphasis on all of this snow, it is important to know how to drive through it. So we've got your winter driving tips. Check your tire pressure. It is very important to know what the level of setting it is. Remove ice and snow. It is a danger to leave ice and snow on your car, not only for yourself, but also for other drivers around you, and avoid skidding. So, 7-day forecast. We're looking about 31 tomorrow, heavy snow. That's definitely going to be the bulk of where we're going to see those couple of inches come into play throughout the day. Low of 23, Wednesday, 33, light snow. We're starting to taper out as that front moves past us. Low 27, again, watch for that ice as we're way below freezing. Thursday and Friday is where we're definitely going to jump back up into the 40s. Definitely our best chance on Wednesday for sun. Low of 34, 41 Friday, wintry mix. Again, the ice is very important. So as we get into the weekend, we're definitely going to be seeing some higher numbers than average with some rain possible for wintry mix and a chance of rain still dipping into the below freezing, so watch out for ice. That is it. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Caitlin. So, SUNY Oswego sent out an email earlier announcing that Brightspace is now working on login issues this afternoon. At approximately 1:45, new Brightspace logins became unavailable. The issue was resolved around 2:50 p.m., and now all Brightspace logins should be working properly. Contact CTS with any questions.
Are you looking to get your flu or COVID vaccination? SUNY Oswego is hosting the last vaccine clinic of the year. The vaccine will be held from 10 to 3 in the Sweatman Gym. Patients must bring their insurance card. Walk-ins and appointments are accepted. The link to reserve a time can be found on the SUNY Oswego website.
And wrapping up the Fall's Living Writers series will be critically acclaimed writer and director Josh Aseng. He will attend a virtual discussion at 3 p.m. on Wednesday, November 29th. Aseng's own documentary, Manifest Destiny Jesus, screened internationally and was chosen as the winner of the Audience Choice Award at the DC Black Film Festival. So far, SUNY Oswego Living Writers series has featured 9 celebrated authors.
Moving on to national news, 48-year-old Jason Eaton has pleaded not guilty to attempted murder charges in the shooting of 3 Palestinian college students in Burlington, Vermont. Police say the suspect confronted the students and shot each of them before fleeing the scene. The case has garnered national attention and concerns about rising levels of hate crime since the start of the Israel-Hamas war. Gloria Pazmino has the details.
The suspected shooter was off the streets in less than 24 hours, and that we were able to announce the arrest of Jason Eaton just after midnight last night.
Fear turning to a sigh of relief in this Vermont community days after the arrest of a suspect in a shocking crime.
The Saturday evening shooting of 3 young Palestinian college students visiting Burlington on their holiday break was one of the most shocking and disturbing events in this city's history.
48-year-old Jason Eaton appeared in court Monday. He pleaded not guilty to 3 counts of attempted murder in the second degree and is being held without bail. Police say Hisham Awartani, Kenan Abdulhamid, and Tassin Al-Famad were walking along a Burlington street Saturday night. 2 of the students were wearing traditional Palestinian scarves called keffiyehs and were speaking a mix of Arabic and English.
The young men were interviewed by detectives
They stated that the person had not made any comments to them and had merely approached them while they were walking down the street, essentially minding their own business.
All three of the students are hospitalized, one with a spinal injury. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Vermont and the Department of Justice are investigating whether the shooting may have been a hate crime.
The ATF and the FBI are investigating the tragic shooting of 3 men of Palestinian descent in Vermont. That investigation, including whether this is a hate crime, is ongoing.
Reporting in New York, I'm Gloria Pasmino.
All 11 hostages released by Hamas today are citizens of Israel and one other country. As part of the release, the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas has been extended 2 days. Israeli officers say the agreement calls for Hamas to release 10 hostages each day. Israel thanked President Joe Biden for helping arrange the deal. Hamas has released 58 hostages over the past 3 days. In exchange, Israel freed 117 Palestinians from prison. More than 2/3 of the Palestinians proposed for release by Israel under the truce have not been convicted of any crimes. Most were arrested as children.
And when WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, find out why Honda is recalling hundreds of cars.
And the cold weather may cause a special kind of depression. Find out what the signs are after the break.
Dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
no.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30? Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%? Wow. Get a close up with that one.
Matthew,
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
It's a type of depression that can happen during changing seasons. Most of the time, those experiencing seasonal affective disorder feel it in the fall and winter. Some may not even know they have it. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has 5 signs of this disorder and how you can cope.
The weather is changing. The days feel shorter. It's colder, more dreary, and getting darker earlier. These can all be triggers for seasonal affective disorder.
And it occurs in 1 to 10% of Americans. It's more common amongst females and people who live in colder climates.
Psychologist Susan Albers with Cleveland Clinic says this disorder is caused by a shift in the seasons, which disrupts our circadian rhythms with less sun exposure.
This in turn interrupts our natural internal clock. As a result, there is a drop in serotonin, which is a neurotransmitter that regulates our mood, as well as melatonin, which regulates sleep.
Albers says to watch out for 5 signs: feeling down or unmotivated, loss of interest in things you used to enjoy, shifts in appetite like eating more or craving carbohydrates, changes in sleep, usually sleeping too much, and loss of energy.
The symptoms are similar to depression, but they are much milder and they pass when the spring arrives.
Albert says light lamps can help. They mimic outdoor light. She recommends 20 minutes each morning. Since you're not getting as much vitamin D from the sun, eat foods rich in it. Albert suggests salmon, mushrooms, eggs, fortified bread, and milk. And finally, try cognitive behavioral therapy.
This will help to change some of the negative thoughts you're having during the winter months, as well as establish healthy routines around sleeping and eating.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Albert says if you're having trouble with daily routines because of seasonal affective disorder, it's a good time to reach out to a doctor or a mental health professional. Honda is recalling hundreds of thousands of vehicles due to an issue with seatbelts. The recall affects nearly 304,000 Honda Accords at the HRVS that were manufactured between October 4th of last year and October 14th of this year. Honda says the vehicles had missing pre-tensioner rivets. That is the part of the seatbelt that tightens and prevents occupants from flying forward in the event of a collision. Honda says the defective parts increase the risk of injury in a crash. Fortunately, the automaker says it has not received any reports of injuries or deaths as a result. Amazon has surpassed both UPS and FedEx in residential delivery. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. According to the documents viewed by the Journal, Amazon had already delivered more than 4.8 billion packages in the U.S. before Thanksgiving. And Amazon believes that number will jump to around 5.9 billion by the end of the year. The Wall Street Journal says that as Amazon has surpassed both companies on residential delivery, it hasn't yet on a global scale. The U.S. Postal Service remains the top parcel service by volume.
Coming up in sports, we have Zach Malamud. Zach, can you give us a quick preview?
Yeah, thanks, guys. A tough weekend for both Oswego hockey teams. Plus, did Syracuse get a spot in a bowl game? Stay tuned to find out after the break.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
La 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 la. Free. La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News. I'm Zach Malamud with your Monday Night Sports Report. Starting on the ice, a tough weekend to swallow for the Oswego State men's hockey team as they traveled east to Utica for 2 games in the Utica Thanksgiving Showcase. The Lakers took on Elmira College on Friday, and it was the Soaring Eagles who soared in this one with a 7-1 victory. On Saturday, the Lakers looked for a bounce back against St. John's University, but it was the Johnnies who pulled off the upset in a 4-2 win. The Lakers now shift their focus to a trip to North Country this weekend with Potsdam and Plattsburgh on the calendar. Keeping things on the ice, the Oswego State women's hockey team had a tough weekend themselves in their annual doubleheader against Adrian College. The Lakers lost both games up in Michigan 2-1 on Friday and 1-0 on Saturday. The Lakers' lone goal went to junior Ashlyn McGrath, who leads the team with 5 lamplighters in 9 games. Just one game for the Lakers this weekend, with a trip up to Potsdam on Friday. Taking a trip down 481, it's bowl season again for the Syracuse Orange, as for the second consecutive year, they finished with 6 wins. Syracuse edged by Wake Forest in a 35-31 thriller at the Dome on Saturday. Orange quarterback Garrett Schrader accounted for 4 total touchdowns on the afternoon. Now the focus shifts to this Sunday, December 3rd, where Syracuse will find out their bowl game. Staying on the gridiron, the Buffalo Bills took a tough loss yesterday in a down-to-the-wire matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles overcame a 10-point halftime deficit in a 37-34 overtime win to drop Buffalo to 6-6. Quarterback Jalen Hurts was the hero once again for Philly with a 12-yard run to walk it off and send the Link into mayhem. For Buffalo, it's a much-needed bye week before December 10th showdown with the AFC-leading Kansas City Chiefs. Now let's take things to MetLife Stadium as the Patriots take on the Giants. And in this one, we'll start off with the Patriots, as in the second quarter, Pats have 3rd and 4. Mac Jones gets some pressure, throws it right into the hands of Bobby Okereke. He returns his 58 yards the other way. Jones' 12th pick of the season, and that was just the start of this defensive battle. Just a couple minutes later, the Giants are in the red zone. 3rd and 10. Tommy DeVito drops back, throws left. He's got Isaiah Hodgins. Gives a mean stiff arm to Jonathan Jones and dives into the end zone. Giants take a 7-0 lead, and it's Hodgins' second touchdown on the year. In the third quarter, Patriots looking for an answer. 1st and goal handoff. Ramondre Stevenson powers his way into the end zone. Just like that, Patriots are back in it. We move to the 4th. 4th down for the Giants. New kicker, no problem. Randy Bullock from 42 yards out slots it through. Giants take a 10-7 lead. Just 6 seconds to go. Patriots with a chance to tie it. Chad Ryland from 34 yards out, and he somehow shanks it as the Patriots fall to 2-9. Giants' second straight win, and they take this one 10-7.
Wow, what a weekend in sports. But after the break, stick around because Merriam-Webster Dictionary just announced the 2023 Word of the Year. After this break.
Put the keys down, Kevin. But I'm gonna drive home. There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving. I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30? Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one. Matthew,
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Well, Merriam-Webster has announced that this year's word of the year is authentic.
The online dictionary says there has always been a high volume of searches for the word for years, but this was a substantial increase in the past 3.
Some of the meanings of authentic include not false or imitation and true to one's own personality or character.
Other words for the year include deepfake, coronation, dystopian, and Riz.
What an interesting list.
Definitely an interesting list.
Do you guys have like words of the year?
Sure.
I don't know if we have time for that, unfortunately. We do have to wrap up news. I've been Matt Bly. And this is my crew. Good night, everybody.